faint. Sussex is at risk of PR disasters as personal brand drops after leaving palace PR machine. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are now at more risk than ever after leaving behind the safety of the palace PR machine, according to an expert. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are likely buzzing after their first joint public appearance since the birth of their daughter, Lilibet. They stunned fans during a speech for Global Citizen at New York's Central Park, calling on global leaders to ensure COVID-19 vaccines are distributed equally. It is something the pair have championed in recent months, having appeared in a separate Global Citizen earlier this year delivering a similar message. Speaking from the Great Lawn in the park, Harry said, "Are we prepared to do what is necessary to end this pandemic?" Before Meghan added, "There is so much that we can do today, now that can get us closer to ending this pandemic, and that's why we're all here." Meghan and Harry have pursued charitable endeavors at full throttle speed since leaving the royal family last year. While the pair had carried out their work in the firm, they were confined to the realms of representing the royal establishment. Now, however, they are hoping to transform their fledgling Archie Foundation into a world-beating charity. While they have the weight of their own personal brands behind it, many have claimed that the pair are far more at risk of PR disasters now that they no longer have the safe hands of the palace guiding them. Katie Nicholl, a royal expert, previously claimed that the absence of support from the palace could pose a problem for the pair in the future. Speaking to Channel 5's documentary, Meghan and Harry, Two Troubled Years, she said, "I think that now that they have moved thousands of miles away from home, that they're not supported by the palace PR machines, they're more vulnerable. They are more at risk. They're more exposed now than ever." On setting up Archwell, which includes their charitable foundation and business division focusing on media productions, Meghan and Harry hired a team of crack PR people in order to ensure theirs and their company's image was squeaky clean. The Sussexes have already put their name to a number of new ventures, including Meghan's children's book and forthcoming wellness title, the couple's Spotify podcast venture, and an Apple TV Plus documentary series for Harry alongside Oprah Winfrey. However, a Hollywood production chief said, "I'm sure they were both surprised and disappointed at how comparatively little coverage her birthday and her new crusade managed to generate in their new homeland. But the fact is that while people here are fascinated by the royals in general and Harry and Meghan in particular, they are not obsessed like the folks they left behind in Britain. I think many fans in America are not only confused but also a little bored by the social activism. It's great that they seem to support so many worthy causes, but most people don't like to be preached at and, frankly, can't relate to some of the things they say. Sometimes less is more, and if Harry and Meghan are really trying to build a massive following for their Archie brand, they might want to limit their public appearances rather than trying to set the news agenda every week. As well as being somewhat overexposed, there's also the risk of spreading themselves too thinly by taking on so much it might prove impossible to accomplish everything they have set out to. Among the big hires included former Pinterest communications chief Christine Shermer to lead their public relations team alongside Hollywood PR firm Sussexes. Catherine St. Laurent, a former Bill Gates staffer and friend of the Trudeaus, was also welcomed on board as chief of staff, but after 12 months she stepped down to pursue her own business ambitions. James Holt, the Sussexes communications person in the UK, stepped up to executive director of the Archie Foundation. For their media branch, Ben Browning, an Oscar-nominated producer, was given the role of head of content, while Toya Holness, their media relations spokeswoman in California, stepped up to the role of Archie's global press secretary.